Hey guys, it's BaayTa. Today I'm going to talk to you about a power bank that was sent to me by a company called OLALA. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that can charge two devices at the same time, has the 1 amp and 2.1 rating, but not only that, all of this for $26.99. It's a steal for what it can do. Let's check it out. Okay, so the main thing we want to make sure is this is the actually OLALA 10,000 milliamp power bank. This is actually a really good steal. The price of this right now currently on Newegg is about $26.99. For 10,000 milliamp hours with 2 ports and ability to charge 2 devices, this is a steal as far as price. What we do have essentially is a basic box. The design itself is not that complicated, not that real heavy. We're going to go ahead and open up the box. It actually has a lot of different features that do definitely come with it. We do get a small little instruction manual explain to us what we get. Of course, the power bank, the star of the show, and we'll go ahead and put that in here. And we also have the USB cable that we will be using. There's nothing else actually in the box, but we are provided with a small USB cable that gives us the ability to actually charge our devices. Main thing also on the device, you actually have one power button that when you press, you notice that the LEDs turn on, and this gives us the ability to see what the actual charge is of the device. This is 10,000 milliamp hour, so essentially it should be able to charge most any of your devices, tablets included. We do have 2 ports sitting here on the device. On the left we have our 1 amp. This is just standard phones and actual devices that use 1 amp chargers. 2.1 amps generally for high energy devices such as the phablet devices or even tablets, and you can charge both at the same time. And this is how we charge the device. We use our mini USB, micro USB cables that charges the cable itself, will charge it. The charge time on this is about 16 hours to go from 0 to full charge. If you do a slightly higher ampage charger, you can actually cut down that time, but overall it does work pretty well. The other thing we want to make sure here essentially is that this is actually the entire unit. Really, you just need to keep this with you. Most of us have micro USB cables, so the real need for having an extra cable doesn't need to be carried. So at this point what I'm going to do is basically just give you guys a real quick walkthrough. It does give you the ability to understand this is when you're actually connecting it. If it has the DC in, you'll be able to charge it. This section will turn on, and once you actually charge, it gives you the LED indicator of which side you're using. So if you're connected to the 2.1 amp, it'll show up the 2.1 amp, and if you're connected to the 1 amp, it'll show up on that end. We're going to go ahead and just connect it to just make sure that the rating of the power that we have on this device is correct. We're going to connect it to the 1 amp charger since I'm connecting it directly into my Note. Sure enough, the device turns on, and as you can see, the actual 1 amp charger turned on. I am showing roughly, I actually have it outside of the screen. So I'm showing roughly 4.93 volts, so that's essentially is the 5 volt, what we have the rating on it correctly. And the actual Note 3 is actually charging, it's going through. And the other thing I want to make sure here you can see here is on the indicator, it shows you what you have. Again, if you press the power, it tells you the value, the actual capacity of the device. Overall, very nice, very easy. From what you guys can see with the hands-on real quick, the actual device itself is basically what comes into the box. There's a USB cable that you can use to be able to charge it. It charges in the middle port. Overall, as far as actually a device, the size is not that bad. It's pretty much comparable to some of the other ones I've actually reviewed for you guys here, even the ones I've reviewed on XDA. But the main thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of, it actually has one button, and that's the power button. Once you click it on, and I'm sure you guys could see the little blue button option here, it gives you the actual capacity of the power bank. So you can charge up to basically using all the 10,000 milliamps that are built into this. You can charge 2 devices at the same time. You can charge it and charge 2 devices at the same time. So that's also another benefit. I was able to try that out. The other thing you want to make sure as far as price, it's actually one of the more inexpensive ones. A great stocking stuffer for, especially with the holidays coming around. As far as what it can do for travel, if you're going on a plane, on the bus, on the train, this will work very well. You put it in your backpack, you run a cable to the outside of the backpack, and you're able to keep your devices charged up. I tested it with my Note 4, my Note 3, my tablet. I actually have a Galaxy Tab S. It actually works pretty well, and there is no concerns as far as charging between different devices. Just make sure you have obviously enough cable to run it. It only comes with one, and the cable is intentionally short. It's meant to basically charge this unit. Now, as far as the pros and cons. Pros, 10,000 milliamp. Number 2, Pro, again, at $26.99. For the price, you can't really beat it. There's 3 sizes that they provide. OLALA provides a 3000, a 6600, and a 10,000 milliamp power bank. I'll give you guys a link in the description below. You'll be able to see basically all the different prices. But for $26.99 at 10,000 milliamp, you can't really beat it. It's a great stocking stuffer, especially for if you have any friends that you travel a lot, or if you're traveling. I personally use these, especially when I'm traveling, also when I'm doing conventions. It's great because you keep it in your backpack and you're actually able to keep your devices fully charged and running. Especially when you're using a lot of 4K recording on a lot of our new devices, it kills the battery. Or if you're traveling, great. As far as the not so con, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I want to make sure that you understand, it takes about 16 hours to fully charge this device from 0 to 100. Now, you could say this is a very long time, but the fact of the matter is this is a power bank. You're not using this all the time, you're using it and you want to make sure it's topped off. So if you're going from anything above 0, it'll take you obviously less. And you need to definitely just put it overnight. You should be ready by the time you're done, unless you keep draining it to the point where it's dead. That was my only concern, that it just takes a little bit longer to recharge. It is recharging 10,000 milliamps, but that was just it. And the other thing, as far as the size, there are some other devices on the market that are slightly lighter, but when we're talking about power bank, you really need something that's really with a good build, and it feels like it's not going to fall apart. And definitely OLALA gives you a very good device. It feels good, it feels very sturdy, and charges 2 devices at the same time, which again, that could be a very good benefit for you. So as usual, like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any other options as far as what you've seen other than other power banks on the market, how do you think this compares to it? I've reviewed many power banks here on XDA. Generally, the prices have been around $40 to $50 to $60 for 10,000 milliamp hours. At $26.99, I think it's a steal. Again, check the links in the description below. I want to say thanks to OLALA for providing us this review unit, and I will be doing a giveaway on this unit very soon. Please keep an eye out here on my channel. Thank you very much.